An update today from the Mayor of Campbell River. This is Go Island. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are at the Campbell River and District Museum. The reason, it was the only place that the mayor could squeeze us in. He's here for the meeting that's about to happen in behind, but he's taken some time to chat with us. So that will come up right after this. Oh, actually, no, we're going to have two stories and then we're going to have the mayor. So first up, this from Campbell River. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are at the Campbell River and District Museum, and Mayor Andy Adams is coming up right after this story. I'm Mary Ruth Harris, and you're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are at the Campbell River District Museum, and we had to come here. It was the only way we could catch up with the new mayor of Campbell River, Mr. Andy Adams. I guess you're Mayor Andy Adams, the Honorable.
That's I've been called a lot of things, but good morning, and thank you for having me on. It's great.
Now, you've been in your position for about 60 days.
A little bit more than that, yes.
How does it feel?
It feels really good. We have been busy. Whoever said it was a part-time job was, it's been a little bit more than that. But after being on council for 9 years and working on different city commissions and committees for 5 years prior to that, I knew what I was getting myself into. So we're busy, but it's a good thing. We've gone through council orientation, not only for the new members of council, but also just getting all the different individuals to come together and get that real team concept going. Okay. So once we got through that internal orientation, we then went down for the Island Local Government Training Academy, and that was for 2.5 days, and that's where we got to liaise with our counterparts throughout the island. And then last week, we finished off our strategic planning for the first year and also setting the course for the next 4 years. Now we got a week and a half breather before we go into financial planning, and that's going to be the real, that's when the rubber really hits the road.
Now, what's been the most challenging thing for you personally getting up and going?
There really hasn't been a lot. I think I was well prepared. I think my campaign team during the election really helped set the course, so it wasn't starting fresh. I had an idea as to what we wanted to do, and in the inaugural address laid out some of the platforms as to what I saw going forward. Strategically made some of the appointments of council to various committees and commissions and task force. We completely restructured the council calendar so that the timing of meetings is more conducive to the media for more timely press releases. We've also structured it so that we're not having regional district and council meetings every week for 10 months of the year. We're now loading up on the first and or the second and fourth weeks and giving the third week off so that people can either paint a fence or go away or spend time with their family and be more focused when they're coming back and doing their council duties. So.
All right. Now, we have a lot more to talk about, so if you could stay with us, we're going to take a short break, but stay right where you are. Welcome back to Go Island. With me is Mayor Andy Adams from Campbell River. Now, you were telling us before the break that it's the first couple of months has been all about everybody getting their feet wet, doing some training, doing some seminars, and workshopping and learning how to be counselors. I really like the new timetable you've set out. I think that's much more reasonable for everybody.
Me too.
And now you've got some big projects already underway in Campbell River. You've got the Big John Hart project, the dam and the generating station well underway. And you also have the new hospital that is working on its 3rd floor right now, which is fantastic.
Yes.
So what are those
projects?
Not all. Right, so what are those projects?
Good morning, good morning.
What do those projects mean to Campbell River?
Well, it shows the confidence and investment in not only the island health for both Courtenay and Campbell River, but more importantly, BC Hydro and the provincial government in investing in the infrastructure in Campbell River. There's no question that between the $300 million hospital and the $1 billion John Hart generating station replacement, provide us a 4 to 6 year window to reestablish our economic base and diversity.
Of course.
So council really sees this as an opportunity, because once those capital projects are finished, we need to have a good foundation to be able to sustain ourselves going forward.
Right.
But it's not just the John Hart generating project. We've now had the announcement that an additional $400 million for the dam seismic upgrades,
right.
Another $25 million for the generating station replacement.
Okay.
And then we've got some community projects that are going on with the Rotary Club soon to be opened suspension bridge. There's been a group that over the last 6 months has raised over $600,000 for a new hospice house facility that will be starting construction this spring. And we have had in the last 18 months $40 million of capital investment in our downtown core,
wow.
Thanks to some of the incentives that council has laid in place over the last 4 or 5 years.
That's amazing. So really, for the first 4 years of your term, all of that is in place. So it really gives you the ability to focus in on what's next.
Exactly, okay. And that was the real key part of our strategic planning.
Okay.
So Campbell River's greatest asset is the waterfront, yes. Whether it's right out the window here or the riverfront. Okay. Which is why we're submitting a Build Canada application to extend our waterfront walkway. That was approved at the last council meeting. And that will not only do our waterfront enhancement, but also our infrastructure in the ground of the sewer pipes and utilities. So, awesome. So it's a win-win project. We also have...
so Campbell River is a happening place.
Well, it certainly is, and my schedule will attest to that. But the other thing that I struck at the inaugural address is a task force to address the, quote, 3.5 acre site on the waterfront downtown. Okay. It has been 20 years of a dirt patch and controversy, okay. And I have committed to forming a task force after we get through financial planning, okay. To set a direction and set a plan as to what we're going to do with that site. Okay. And right next to that site is the 6 acres that belongs to the Weewacum First Nation. Okay. 9.5 acres, prime waterfront, can be an absolute jewel for the city of Campbell River.
Absolutely. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Good.
I know that you've got a meeting you've got to dash off to.
Actually, I'm letting my council members go to this one in my place. Okay. I'm just here to observe and to come and chat with you. So, excellent. Good.
All right,
Thanks for having me.
We'll catch up with you again in a couple of months.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks
Thank you
very
so much.
Good.
We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. You're watching Go Island on Shaw TV's Channel 4. We are at the Campbell River and District Museum. It's the only place we could catch up with Mayor Andy Adams, and so glad we did. He's had a very busy first couple of months. Awesome things happening here in Campbell River and a lot more coming up. So there's a lot going on here at the Campbell River District Museum because they're having this meeting between the Comox Valley Regional District and the Strathcona Regional District. They're collaborating on future projects, and the weather continues to be yucky. There's no other word for it. I love the rain once in a while because we need it for life. We need it for the life of our trees and our grass and our flowers. But 8 weeks of it, on and off, nonstop, it's enough. I'm ready for it to be over. And somebody told me that we are headed in for a bit of sunshine this weekend. So keep your fingers crossed. Right now, we're going to have a look at this. We'll be right back. Here at the Campbell River District Museum, there are so many interesting things. Of course, we've got the current exhibit that's on and coming up on February 21st. We've got a guest speaker, Rick James, who is a photographer of the current exhibit. Coming up next week, we're going to interview Ken Blackburn, and he's going to tell us all about that talk that's coming up. And of course, there's lots of school programs. There's lots of great stuff coming on. There's the Lego Love-In happening this weekend on February 14th. Check out the website. And now we're going to have a look at, I'll get to that later. So now we're going to have a look at this story, but we'll be right back. I'm Mary Ruth Harris. Thank you so much for watching Go Island today. We've been here at the Campbell River District and Museum. We had a great interview with Mayor Andy Adams, who brought us up to speed on what he and the council have been up to in the first couple of months of their term. It's 4 years, and they've got a pretty good handle on what's going on and what's going to go on in the future. So Campbell Riverites, you should be very, very happy. So the museum has been awarded the 2014 winner. They're one of the top 10 museums in Canada. That's pretty cool. Now, the museum always has so much to offer. And coming up next week, we're going to chat with Ken Blackburn, who's going to tell us all about an upcoming speaker on February 21st, Rick James, who's the photographer of the current exhibit, Rust in Peace. And we are going to chat with Catherine Gilbert, who's going to tell us all about the big book sale. So if you have any books that you would like to drop off and donate, they are taking books all day long, every day, because it is going to be amazing. And the coolest thing, I understand they organize them into categories, which is really neat. Now, coming up this Saturday here at the museum is Lovin' for Lego, and it's going to be a super thing for the kids to come and do, so don't forget about that. And make sure you check out all the other calendars all over the island and Powell River, because there is activity going on everywhere. There's music, there's theater, there is farmers markets, there is all sorts of things. So check out the calendars and have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.